We have clients who will come to us and they'll have debt that they want. Like most of my clients, they want to try to repay their debt, but many times they've tried and they can't. Right, so we've got to do something to help them. But for those folks who want to try to manage their debt and resolve it on their own, there's a couple things they need to think about. Number one, if you've got let's say 7 credit cards, right, or 7 credit accounts, and you want to try to resolve those, you got to be certain that you're going to be able to resolve all 7 of them. Because what I've seen in the past is I've seen clients, they'll have 4 nice creditors, right, 4 nice credit card companies who will write off some of that debt. They'll give them a deal, and my clients can pay that off. The bad news is the client still has 4 credit cards with high balances. They're still making those monthly payments. And ultimately, they got rid of a bunch of their cash and they didn't resolve their debt issue, right? So, number one is you got to be careful about not resolving all of your debt. You may have heard some thunder in the background. It's storming in Kentucky.
I
So,
did hear it.
the next thing that folks need to remember about trying to resolve the debts on their own, if a creditor writes off your debt. So if you owe $10,000 and they say you can pay them 6,000 and they'll call it even, the creditor has a right to send you a 1099-C at the end of the year. And you have to treat that as income if the creditor writes it off. So a lot of my clients don't realize this when they work with credit consolidation companies or debt consolidation companies, because the next year, by the time this is all done, surprise, they get a 1099-C in the mail, and that you have to treat that as income. And
Right. And
so
that can trigger tax consequences depending upon your tax bracket. If you get
yeah,
rid of 4,000, if there's 4,000 that you don't repay, that could be, $1,000 or $1,500 worth of more money that you owe the IRS.
yeah. And then the final thing that I tell folks about trying to resolve debt, the creditors don't have to take a haircut. Okay, so just because if you owe them $10,000 and you say I'm getting ready to send you $7,000, they don't have to agree to that. And I think that creditors know what's going on in the market right now. Creditors know that folks are getting these stimulus checks, folks are getting tax refunds, and they know they may not have to deal with you, right? So they may not have to give you a good deal. So those are my thoughts on trying to resolve it on your own. You guys may want to add some things if you want.
Yeah, I saw Brent and I were shaking our heads here in agreement. I think we've all had these experiences. Brent, go ahead and see if there's anything you have to add.
Yeah, I think that's it. If you're doing a debt settlement, you really have to get all the stars to align at the same time and make sure that you get rid of your problem. Otherwise, you're just kicking the can down the road and you're going to have less cash to deal with it later. So, you want to make sure that you can, bring these to a settlement quickly, if that's the direction that you want to go, and settle all of them. Otherwise, you're really putting yourself in a worse position.
You really need to talk to a local attorney. If you want to do this type of financial planning, you want to talk to an attorney that knows about credit, debt, bankruptcy, real estate, and how all of those things interplay. And when we say, at least here in my office, and I believe it's the same for the two of you, when we say that we offer a free consultation with no strings attached, we absolutely mean that. It's 100% free consultation. You come in, ask questions, know your rights, get to know what your options are, and then make a decision. The only catch to a free consultation with my office is we might follow up with you again afterwards through some email or a phone call to check on you. But other than that, it's an absolutely no obligation consultation. We're not going to, pull any money out of your pockets. We're just going to tell you what you want to know.